Hello, Old School Gamer 1971 here. Greetings one and all, especially to you, Millie and Lloyd. Today my third hour thoughts is on Red Dead Redemption 2. I've been playing this game for over 3 hours, and this is what I think. Red Dead Redemption 2, developed by Rockstar Games in 2018. So this was developed by Rockstar. You know, GTA series, Red Dead series, Manhunt series, Bullet, Midnight Club series, to name but a few. After GTA 3, pretty much every game has been a license to print money. Not every game is as massive as GTA, but they have all made money. So the hype train started way back when this game was announced. The last game, Red Dead Redemption, made me want to be a cowboy. Has this game made me want to go line dancing, wear chaps and answer to the name of Chuck? So after about the hour and a half install, yes, you really can watch a film in this time. The game opens up to a caravan of carts upon a snowy trail. You come upon an abandoned mining town, and after setting up camp, you set out with a small party to find supplies for the group. As with all cutscenes in this game, they are exceptional to look at, but fortunately they're quite short, then it's straight into the action.
Sounds like quite the party.
You two, get yourself out of sight. One lonely man is a lot less intimidating than three nasty-looking degenerates.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is a prequel to Red Dead Redemption. You play Arthur Morgan, who is part of the Van der Linde gang. After a robbery on a riverboat in Blackwater goes terribly wrong, you might not see it at the beginning, but you sure as hell hear a lot about it. You are on the run, heading east. Survival is the name of the game, as bounty hunters and rival gangs are now on your tail. As the game opens, you are stuck on a snowy mountain with your enemies quite close behind you. John Marston is part of your gang, and you find out how he got the scars on his face. Dutch is also there. This is the protagonist and antagonist respectively from Red Dead Redemption.
Ah, gentlemen.
We can't help you, mister.
I got folks
Arthur,
dying on the trail.
Arthur, we got a problem. Folks, there's a corpse right here.
Now, I just
Arthur.
need some...
All this will be for naught if the game plays like a dog. Fortunately, this is not the case. Controls are so tight. Easy to manoeuvre both on and off the saddle. The horse looks great and moves like a horse. The snow and water hinder movement. Now, I don't mean it just slows you down, it affects all movements, and this is how it should be too. Too many games do not pay enough attention to detail. This game could never be accused of this. The game feels responsive in every movement, whether it is shooting, on horseback or climbing. Movement is always fluid, and the camera movement is just as solid too. Whether mixing it up at the local saloon in a barroom brawl or in a shootout, the combat is always exciting and nail-biting. You even have to cock certain guns before you can fire them. The ragdoll physics makes the combat work really well. When you hit something with a gun or otherwise, it behaves how it should, wounded or otherwise. Couple this with the AI makes the combat a lot of fun. You have to be tactical, especially when you're outnumbered, which happens so very often. To overcome the enemy with many weapons at your disposal, it allows for so many tactics. When facing a gunfight or situation, all in all, you fight smarter and you find weapons that suit you best. This is by far the very best combat in a Rockstar game ever.
Oh, look what I found in the cellar! Wild thing, ain't ya?
Leave her alone!
I wasn't doing nothing. She's one of them O'Driscolls.
No, she ain't, Michael. Look at her. Miss, are you...
The atmosphere was there from the get-go and doesn't let up. You feel cold as you traipse through the barren snow. Throughout the 3 hours plus I played, I wanted to see what was going to happen to Arthur and the rest of the gang. Right from the get-go, the sound and graphics work hand in hand to set the tone. They bring a living, breathing world to life. But it's the little things that are icing on the atmosphere cake. It's the outhouse at the farmstead, low visibility in a snowstorm, or the wildlife roaming around. This open world is astonishing.
Hey, I see some smoke. Come on, let's take a look.
Let's hope it ain't more of O'Driscoll's boys.
Okay, one and all, I've held off for too long. I'm about to gush in 3, 2, 1. The graphics are outstanding from the opening. You can see the breath on the cold air as people breathe and talk. The attention to detail is breathtaking, pun totally intended. The snow effects, even walking in the snow, is beyond belief. It looks and feels as real as it gets. It's tough to get through and hinders vision and movement. And the snowstorm looks beautiful. Nature is rawest. It lands and settles on everything. If you're outside long enough, you can end up hating it. Same with dust and mud. Facial expressions need a mention too. They look so good. The hair and facial hair is also very impressive. Apparently you have to grow your hair before you can have it cut. Weather is also graphically breathtaking. There's a bit where you see it raining and it looks just as good as the snow. With the graphics you get to thinking you've seen it all. Then something else comes along and makes you look in a totally new direction.
Yeah, I got this son of a bitch.
Joe, how we doing downtown?
You won't be so pretty without...
We cannot forget the sound. The music sets the tone and the mood. I like the voiceover as well. It's well scripted and acted, with sound effects adding to the overall atmosphere. It's top notch. The weapons sound solid too. They sound loud, they sound meaty, and they don't sound like a dog fart.
We'll be sure to keep a bullet warm for you. Just listen out for the accents.
So the question is this interesting after 3 hours? In short, yes. The world looks outstanding, it has characters you need to know more about. 3 hours only seems to be scratching the surface of this deep game. Not many times does a such hype game live up to the hype. This somehow or another has surpassed the hype. The game is 60 hours plus of storyline gameplay alone. Add to that side missions, fishing, hunting and activities, you could easily double that playtime. So that about wraps it up. I hope you all have a good day, and if this has been helpful in any way, like, subscribe and comment. Let me know what you think. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off. So pass me my traps and call me Chuck.